A quick note on La Nuit de Varennes, um, with an unusual setting, unusual for me. I am in a parking lot at Feria, Carrefour, Brico store, whatever, which brings to mind the quote from the Dalai Lama when he entered a big department store like they have around here. He said something like, "Wow, so many things I don't need." Anyway, this is about a film which is included by the New York Times on its list of best 1000 films, and indeed it's very interesting. It has Marcello Mastroianni, some actors I don't know. It also has Harvey Keitel. For some reason he plays in this European production in the role of Pain. And briefly we also have Jean-Louis Trintignant. It's not exactly a cameo, but it's not an important role either. I was thinking in the first place that, well, maybe he's much younger, but he was not 20 years old. He looked like in his 30s, so I don't know what the idea was. We have a historical film. It is taking place shortly after the French Revolution, and in fact, from one point on, it involves the royal family, even if we don't really get to see them. And we have Cassanova, the famous lover, or infamous, depending on how you decide to look at it. Actually, I would say that in the world of today, he will not be just infamous and condemned in theory. He will be really taken to trial for whatever he's supposed to have done. I mean, if that proves to be correct, but many of the things, if not all the things that happen in that history of his would constitute, some of them, what do you call it, statutory rape, others harassment, and on and on. There were some consenting sex, true, but it involved many times minors and strange circumstances. He gets to be on a coach where the women are fascinated by him. In fact, there are 3 women, and 2 of them try and get close to him. It doesn't really work because Casanova is, I think he says, 66, which in the world of today would be okay. There's Viagra and so on, but we have to consider that back then, which is more than 200 centuries ago, people died very young, and 66 could be an age of spiritual impotence. I don't know about physical. Anyway, as I said, from one point on, events precipitate because they find that the royal couple has run away, and they catch them, so to say, because the revolution took place. There's no spoiler alert needed here, and there would be no spoiler that that they're not just caught but killed with I don't know if atrocity is the right word, but with cruelty. They could have acted in a more humane way, and if the head of state, the former head of state, needed to be executed, I don't know about that, but if he needed, I don't know why the extended family had to suffer the same fate, and why they couldn't be more respectful and apply justice and so on. And there are indeed two camps in the party that goes along on this coach traveling on the roads of France to Varennes, ultimately. Casanova is for tradition. He thinks that the court of France was magnificent, and he deplores the attitude of the young. And indeed, one young man who was there is really rude and proves his point. Casanova says, "You see, he's right. It's not at all nice the way he acts." So the film is very good.